Let's see here. Thanks and welcome. Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube Live at The Real Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy. Hope y'all doing well this wonderful, fantastic, freaky, what's another F word? Fun, freaky, fantastic, fabulous Friday. I send y'all love and light. In the title, you see, Are you ready for this full moon in Gemini? As you clicked on the icon, you see, Are you ready? Are you ready to change your life? Right? Are you ready? Now, this is not a reading. I'm not sure if I'll be coming on tonight. Hold on, to do a reading or not for sure. Contemplating that as I speak, but I did want to come on briefly while I have a little bit of time space here. I guess we'll do the bubbles. No? um, that is so cool, man. Okay, anyways, so I definitely want to talk about this full moon tomorrow, which is in Gemini. Okay. For those of you who are into that sort of thing. Now, typically 3 days before, 3 days after these major full moon shifts, you feel the energies um, connected to it, right? So now, this full moon is bringing about a lot to do with communications. Gemini rules communication, it's about intelligence and things of that nature. And so, anything to do with your truth, right? Anything to do with what's serving you and what's not. So, depending on your birth chart, this may be a little bit more intense for you than it is for others. So, seasons prior, you maybe had a tolerance for certain things, and then now as this full moon is capping out, there may be things that you just feel like, okay, like no, no, it's not going to work. Like it's kind of this energy of um, a need for a balance to be restored, right? So whatever that means for you, if something was out of balance, if you were overgiving, if you were overgiving in a certain area of your life, right? So it's not always about just the relationships, like anywhere in your life where things have gotten out of balance. And so if it's no longer serving in a high vibrational way, there's like this, there's, I don't know what to call it. So I invite you to set some intentions with that and be gentle with yourself because the full moon energies, at least in my resonance, it always brings up this raw energy. Okay. So we're usually a little bit more crabby than normal, a little bit more testy, a little bit more edgy, right? So hold on one second. So with that being said, it's like, no, that's not what I wanted. Um, ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Excuse me. Um, so with that being said, you may find that everything is really super getting on your nerves. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you're in a position, you guys, to give yourself space, I do know that not everybody's situations are the same. So if you have it where you can like create space between you and those maybe that you live with, or your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your dynamics is, so you can just deal with yourself, right? So you can process your emotions, your feelings, and kind of set some intentions in terms of, okay, what needs to shift? So, for an example, me, Bloom from Within Love, you know, it's my heart and soul, right? And when you put a lot of passion into something, like you put your whole self in it, right? From ground up, you can have a tendency to get a little bit lost in that because it's a part of who you are, right? Versus a 9 to 5 where you go clock in, clock out, yada, yada. Um, and it can take you off of balance, right? Or or even those that have just like your standard 9 to 5s, like if you put too much energy there. So it's like wherever place that you may feel like has gone either neglected or over focused on in this full moon, that's going to come up so it can help you find, okay, what really makes you happy? What's really going to be serving you in a more healthier, balanced way where you find a little bit more fulfillment, right? So that means adjustment because we can get addicted to our ways, right? So, set those intentions. Hold on, you guys, I'm sorry. Set those intentions. But outside of the full moon, there's something else that I wanted to talk about. On not the last tarot reading, but the video I did yesterday on, oh, here she come. I did something on that, right? While I was making my coffee and yada yada. And at some point in that video, towards the end, I got really raw, real and uncut. And I basically kind of said some things about how we need to really start looking at um, what we deem important, valuable, what we deem as something to be proud of, right? And I made some comments about, it was about the sexual energy being exploited. And I said something, to the effect of, I said something like, okay, woohoo, congratulations. You've managed to, open your legs and let somebody in to have sex, or you managed to put your penis in something. And so, like, why is that something that is looked upon like a big deal when it's like the least, one of the most primitive things that we can all do? Um, it doesn't mean that you're a good person. It doesn't mean that you are evolved. It doesn't mean that you are mature. It doesn't mean that you're in a good place. It doesn't mean that you're, what I'm saying, better than something or someone else. It just simply means that you have managed. So I wanted to go a little bit further with that in a different way because it's not about shaming people. I think I said that. Okay, if you live long enough, we've all gone through different phases and stages of life. Okay. And depending on your background, things could have happened to have put you on a certain path very early. So it's not really about that. But what it is about is getting to a place of being really willing to look at yourself and your conduct and your behavior, and then going in to not only just outwardly change. There's a lot of people who look like they are from the external, but they really haven't done it inside. So they have the right garb, they have the right adjectives and verbiage, they have the right, you know what I'm saying, quotes and, things like that. But the only thing that they have changed is the external. There's been no inward journey, right? So, you guys, now I'm